guys, welcome back to the Lovin Dubai show. It is Wednesday morning. We spoke about what WAM is saying about MPox. We spoke about the sad update about Vaclav, who's the retired police dog. Also, what Dubai is doing for delivery drivers is truly amazing.
We also talked about the UAE travel bans and how it's going to be lifted once the case is resolved. We'd really love if you can subscribe to the Lovin Dubai show podcast wherever you get your podcasts from. Enjoy the show.
Good morning, Dubai. Welcome back to the Lovin Dubai show, where we go through the top trending stories that everyone across the country is talking about. Our top story for you today from Emirates news agency reporting MPox is not the new COVID.
We're also going to be talking about the UAE travel bans that'll automatically be lifted once your legal case is resolved.
And the 20 air-conditioned rest stops set up for delivery drivers in Dubai.
A retired police dog from Dubai Police was battling cancer and sadly passed away.
Later on in the show, we're super excited to welcome Keanu, aka The Gambler. His motto is, if I want it, I buy it, and we want to get his secrets on the show.
But before we're getting into that, we're going to talk a little bit about the weather. So highs are around 39 degrees Celsius today. Practically winter in Dubai in summer terms. Humidity is around 62%, so stay hydrated.
Before we jump into it all, this story, I think it was on Unilad.
Okay.
Caught my attention because I'm in a number of Facebook groups in Dubai called Whose Guy Is It Anyway?
I've seen that.
Yeah. And there's a new one, like a red flag catcher. And it's basically like trying to help people weed out cheaters. So I saw this article in Unilad, and it's basically titled, what is the one thing guys always do if they are cheating?
That's a major secret.
It got my attention.
It will get anyone's attention, that's for sure. Okay.
Right, and it's like they got it from a investigator. So basically it's saying like you might have your doubts. However, like how do you really know unless you have the proof? So this guy is an investigator. He's helped people figure out if their partner has been cheating before. And he said he's always noticed this one thing that guys are doing when they're cheating. Drum roll, please. He sees them before they go to their mistress?
Yeah, mistress, yeah.
I guess. They always go to get their car cleaned.
That's so funny. Yeah, I see that happening. I mean, men are really like protective over their car, so they want to make sure it looks like good.
What is it with guys in their cars?
I don't have the answer to that, to be honest. It's a weird one. That's for sure. I mean, I'm really into cars, but that's just a weird situation to even talk about. Going to get the car washed just so you could go cheat.
Well,
that's weird.
But maybe it's like if I had a date, I would get my hair done.
Yeah.
I would get my nails done. So maybe it's not necessarily the cheating, it's just what guys will do before a first date. Like that's their maintenance. You know what I mean? Like that's their like, I'm looking good today, check out my rims.
Rims looking real clean.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
it's like she'll be impressed.
It's the equivalent of like girls getting their makeup done or whatever, or looking cute. So this is their equivalent probably. But that's crazy that it's a private investigator, right? Yeah. So that's what he's saying. That's the one thing that men would do if they're cheating.
Right, so if you notice your guy you're in a relationship with is getting the car cleaned more regularly than usual, what is a fair amount of time to get your car cleaned? Because I'm probably on the
low spectrum.
Yeah, me too. I actually haven't got my inside cleaned since I bought it. Like, it's the time that it takes. I've gotten the outside cleaned and they're like, we'll do the inside. I'm like, no thanks, it's fine, I drive on. But how often do you get your inside and outside of your car cleaned? Once a month. And outside every 2 weeks.
Okay. He's a good one.
He's a good one.
He doesn't clean his car that often. That's a good sign.
It means he's not, yeah. Okay, we respect that, Hisham. Cairo, how often do you clean your car?
Every 2 days.
Every 2 days. That is Dubai life. Every once a month inside, okay?
I haven't done it in so long.
Me neither.
I'm just too lazy. I do the outside like when I pass by the mall or something, so I don't have like a set schedule.
Yeah, same. Exactly.
But I'll do it every now and then.
I was in Jitin's car when we were going to an event and I was like, It's like, it's sparkling. It feels like a new car, because he's a car guy and he gets it done all the time. And I was like, you've inspired me to go get my car cleaned.
Maybe we should do that more often.
Yeah, anyway, there you go. More information on Unilad. Let's jump into our top stories of the day. 8:36. Emirates news agency reports MPox is not the new COVID, the news you want to wake up to. Emirates news agency WAM has started sharing international cases of MPox on its account. However, in a latest report via the World Health Organization, it did stress that MPox is not the new COVID.
Following intensified surveillance due to the World Health Organization's declaration of MPox, formerly known as monkeypox, as public health emergency of international concern, the DOH recorded a new case of MPox in the Philippines. Prior to this, the last case was reported in December 2023. All previous cases have been isolated, treated, and recovered.
The World Health Organization declared MPox as a global health emergency after an outbreak in the Democratic Republic of Congo spread to nearby countries. And this new strain of the virus had raised global concern due to its ease of spreading through close contact. However, this Tuesday, the WHO emphasized that MPox, whether the new or the old strain, will not be the new COVID, as authorities know how to control its spread. And that's also according to Reuters. So I think this is music to the ears, because everyone I'm speaking to is like, what's happening with MPox?
They're concerned that it's going to look like COVID because it spreads so easily and all that stuff. But thankfully, we got confirmation that it's not like that. I think that's what will make you feel a little bit more at ease.
This morning, right? Like, because I was trying to get a better grip and understanding of the story, and one person I spoke to, whose reaction was like, oh, he's like, not again, like it's coming back. And I get the sense from the comments that that's what people are kind of likening it to, but just because, well, we can just gladly say now that the reports of the case from the WHO that it's not going to be the same. Although it must be noted it's a viral infection, it can spread easily. It causes pus-filled lesions and flu-like symptoms, and it's usually mild, but it can kill. So if you have anything questionable, please go to a doctor. Someone sent us a DM with photos of their skin asking if we thought it was MPox, and I was like,
we're not qualified to give that kind of diagnosis.
Right, so if you do have something you're unsure of, take it to the doctor, whatever country you're in. But it is great to hear that directly from the World Health Organization, that although there's a concern there, especially with a new strain, that they're not likening it to the serious of COVID-19.
People are really worried that it would be like that because COVID just hit everyone so hard.
We're still
recovering.
Yeah.
We're still recovering from that.
Yeah, absolutely. Should we discuss travel bans lifting for those who have been put on travel bans?
We're also going to let you tell you more what travel ban is what it actually is. So the UAE travel bans will automatically be lifted once the legal case is resolved. The UAE Ministry of Justice revealed that travel bans in the UAE will be lifted automatically once your legal case is resolved. This eliminates the requirement for people to apply manually for the ban to be lifted. So you might be wondering, what even is a travel ban? Am I affected by this? It's basically a restriction which can prevent people from entering or leaving the country until specific requirements are met or legal issues are resolved. So you can get a travel ban for a few things, such as you might have an ongoing criminal investigation against you. Unpaid financial debts could lead you to a travel ban. Rental disputes, also overstaying your visa and not paying those fines, and more. And you can check if you have a travel ban for the majority of cases via the Dubai Police website and app. Do we know people who've had travel bans? Oh. Ooh. Do we know people about travel bans? There has been a case against Lovin, and in that case I had a travel ban against me, and I had to hand my passport into the authorities for a month or two. But it was like easy process after that to get it all removed and everything. I luckily wasn't involved in the admin of it, but I think it's the length that's the concern. But everything is different. So if you have unpaid fines, you pay your fines and it's lifted immediately. Mm-hmm. When you have a criminal investigation or
a case, for example, then that needs to be resolved. And in that case, your passport is taken. But it's not to the, I've seen reports of people, saying, our passports are taken. It's more of a process, and you're in conversation and you know where you stand in terms of, and it was a case like if it's a company thing, you're able to swap passports in and out. So it's not like one person is confined to the country. So it didn't feel as, I think, scary as it's sometimes made out in the media. And it's all about resolution. And there is a way to find a resolution with the authorities. You just have to find what that is depending on what your case may be.
Yeah, because travel ban, when you hear it just on its own, you might think, oh my God, I have a travel ban against me. Like, that sounds scary. But in fact, it's actually not. It's not too daunting, and it can be dealt with really easily, especially now after the UAE Ministry of Justice revealed that you could, once the case is resolved, that's it. You don't need to do anything. You could just go to the airport and everything's already going to be like done for you. You don't have to like change flights or anything. Because I saw someone on Instagram, I believe it was. He's like a popular chef. He had a travel ban against him and he had to like switch his flight around and everything because of that travel ban. But now the process is going to be so much easier. So kudos.
I would just say, word of advice, aim not to have a travel ban against you.
That would be the way to go.
And as I read through this and it's like unpaid fines, I'm like, do I have fines that I haven't paid? RTA, are you listening? Let's see. So that is a small change, but it could affect you for the better and make your life a little bit easier, which is what we love about Dubai, always growing and changing, which leads us nicely to our next story. 20 air-conditioned rest stops have been set up for delivery drivers. So the RTA has opened 20 air-conditioned rest areas from Dubai through Al Barsha to Dubai Marina and Karama to Mirdif. And these stops are designed to keep delivery riders cool, safe and energized during their long shifts.
Each stop is fully loaded with AC, snacks, water dispensers, and phone chargers, offering a much-needed break for riders between deliveries.
And this initiative is part of Dubai's plan to boost road safety and also support delivery drivers. So with more than 20 extra rest stops on the way, riders can look forward to safer and more comfortable working conditions. And this is truly amazing because I think we constantly acknowledge that we are a delivery city.
Yeah,
we can have everything to our door in 5 minutes, and although we talk about empathy for delivery drivers all the time, it is not an easy circumstance, and that's why we've got this photo of like, this is their office.
Definitely.
We come in every day.
We have a place.
And we like complain about the AC, you know what I mean?
Oh, yeah. We complain that it's too cold.
Yeah, we have so many complaints about like office life, like it's too cold, it's too hot, like, maybe my lunch place isn't nearby, or maybe I don't like what's on for lunch today. This is their office. And it's a much harder working environment when you're facing the conditions as of now. We know that the delivery companies put measures in place, but it's great to see the government putting their kind of bat in the game, whatever, in terms of making sure that one of the largest economies in the city is being cared for.
Yeah.
So it's a small step, a rest stop in one area, but actually having 20 to 40, 60 around the city will make their working conditions better.
Definitely. I passed by one yesterday and a friend of mine was like, why would they even set it up? They could just sit in any restaurant. I'm like, that's actually not true. There are a couple of restaurants that are a little bit iffy about that for some reason. They wouldn't let the delivery drivers actually take a seat there. Some of them, they do, and they're really, really nice about it. But in other cases, they don't have that kind of luxury. So having things like this set up actually makes a really big difference. And I'm surprised like some people don't actually know that that's a situation.
You're so right. And we regularly get DMs on both sides of the story. So some people will be like, hey, we saw this place and they're not allowing delivery drivers in for a glass of water. However, we shared a great story like 2 days ago of a local restaurant, and they have like the nice lemon and lime water set up like a proper rest station within their restaurant, and you're like, that's amazing, because
that's what we want to see.
That's what we want to see, and it's really nice. So let's try and give a little shout out to that restaurant while we're here.
It's a cafe, but I don't remember what it was called. But it was really, really nice to see that setup, and it said like this is specifically for delivery riders, and I feel like that's incredibly, like, such a sweet gesture.
It's the Sum of Us.
Yes, that one.
The Sum of Us, if I'm not wrong, is owned by Tom and Serge, or ex eatery. So the original owners of Tom and Serge, Common Grounds, the Gills, Splendor Fields.
Okay.
And some of us, I think it's also where they have the Rise and Dawn Bakery. So basically, they are an amazing restaurateurs across the city. So you've no doubt if they're doing it in one place, they might be doing it in others as well. So it's a really great initiative to see a big kind of local foodie organisation doing that for the riders. We love to see it.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay.
Before we jump on to our next story, a quick shout out for the Lovin Dubai newsletter, which, by the way, is written by Farah most days.
Most days, yeah.
And it's had a major refresh. So if you shun social media, but you still want your daily dose of news fresh to your inbox every day, you can now subscribe to the Lovin Dubai newsletter.
You'll find the sign up link at our link in bio on Instagram.
And I have to say, you know, I'm not a massive talking about our own products. I find it difficult to do because, you know, the products are there for you as an audience. However, if you like a newsletter, I'd really encourage you to subscribe to it. We've had a refresh. It's really nicely written. It's got all of the Lovin Dubai news, so like Instagram, website, show, all in one place. I like the phrasing that you guys are doing on it and stuff. And it's a fun one. It's free. So if you would like a different style of news from Lovin into your inbox every day at 5 p.m, I would go and download it.
Definitely. I mean, I read it myself. I can't. It's really good. If I do say so myself, it's really good.
Yeah, I know. I agree.
All right, we'll jump into the next story. A retired Dubai police dog was battling cancer and sadly passed away. Vaclav is a former explosive sniffing dog who served with honor in Dubai police. He was adopted by his loving family after retiring. Sadly, Vaclav was fighting stage 3 lymphoma. He was getting treatment, but the costs were high and his family needed support to keep fighting this battle. Lovin Dubai posted about this story yesterday, directing people to his vet if they wanted to make a contribution.
Massive hugs to Vaclav's family because sadly he didn't make it in the last 24 hours. And I think we'll all be in mourning for this heroic former Dubai police dog. So the family reached out this morning just to let us know and to let you guys know, because I think a lot of people shed a tear for Vaclav yesterday.
Yeah.
Like the family, the you know, dogs are so much part of the family, and when you see the video, the pictures of him, you're just thinking the family wanted to do anything.
Yeah, it's so heartbreaking. Like it's really. Dogs are really, really part of a family, like you said. So, like, it's really, really sad to see, like, someone who was part of your family, a big part of your family go, especially, like, you know, a police dog. Because obviously he did, like, really, really incredible work for Dubai Police. So, like, it's such a sad, you know, thing to see that happening. Obviously, people wanted to see resolution out of this, and they wanted to contribute, call the vet, you know, contribute in any way that they can, and it would have made a difference, but it just didn't. And that's the unfortunate part, to be honest. I
think the plus side of this story is that Vaclav went to clearly a very loving home after he was retired from service, but he was stood down from all his amazing work. He was an explosive sniffer dog, so he was stood down from service, I guess, and he went to a family that loved him. And, you know, we've had my fiance's sister has just been through a really difficult year with her dog Wilbur, who's just passed away. And Wilbur also had cancer, and the lengths they went to for Wilbur was phenomenal. So they live down in Cornwall, which is the very south of England, and they went to vets like around the country. They're staying in Airbnbs just to make sure that Wilbur got this amazing care. But sometimes, and I just liken it to the story in that, like, Wilbur had cancer, he had a really hard year, but he was so loved. And then when the day came that they had to say goodbye to Wilbur, they were in the garden in sunshine, and it was just, although it was a really sad time, we just look at it as like Wilbur was just loved until the very, very end, and the family did everything for him. So although it's a sad story and we really think about Vaclav today, also know that he was so loved, which I think is the main thing in life. He went through, he was a hardworking dog, and then he went to a good family and they looked after him.
Definitely. I want to touch on the fact that, like, vets are, like, you know, doing treatments for pets that have cancer and stuff like that. When I lived in Egypt for a while, I had a cat that was diagnosed with cancer and stuff like that. I wasn't really, like, sure about the details because they were unsure about the details because they're just not very well versed in this kind of stuff. They were like, oh, well, your pet has cancer. I'm like, okay, so what's the next step?
Right.
And they're like, there is no next step. And I was like, got it. Okay. I mean, I feel like that's the worst of it. That's the worst of it because like if you have the option to get treatment, even if it's expensive, even if it's like, I don't know, the vet's like an hour away, like you would go to these lengths to make sure that your pet is like safe and happy. But like in that situation, my hands were tied because vets didn't know what to do.
So there was no, I don't know full terminology, but I guess palliative care, pain management?
We got nothing. Egypt was so like backwards at the time. This was a couple years ago. But they were so backwards at the time with like medication or you know, preventative treatments or even just full on treatment for cancer for pets. It didn't even exist. Like I want to say like the vets here in Dubai are actually really like they're really good at this stuff. I was fostering a cat before in Dubai. And the vets were so good. They were diagnosed with pancreatitis. Like that's like next level. In Egypt, this wouldn't have happened.
Right. Yeah, it's a strong point for the shelters here in general because they just do so much work behind the scenes that people probably don't know and support and appreciate. Like I just imagine like what this family was going through when they realized that there's a big bill that was hard to foot. Like how do you take that?
How do you go about it? Yeah.
And you know, it's interesting. I feel like people are more okay with asking for support these days. Do you find? As in, I think because of social media, and like, I think go for it. Like, I think there's no reason if you're in. I don't mean like fundraising or donating, but asking people for support when you need it, whether it's a conversation or just maybe it's time from someone else. And I think social media has really propelled that, and that people can use social media, they can use the platform to get out and say, hey, I'm struggling. And also it's a way to tell people, you know, like before social media, what would have happened in this case? Now, unfortunately, we don't have a happy ending to the story, but like before we had the platform to say, hey, I need help, like how did... I'm just thinking there was a girl on the show who got stuck in a country and she used a GoFundMe.
Oh. It's
kind of like a travel plan or something, I can't remember, but she used a GoFundMe to leave the country. Oh, we've just gone from sad to happy.
Happy birthday to you.
Mango cake!
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Casey. Happy birthday to you.
Mango cake, thank you. There's a lot of people here, it's not just me. Thank you guys. We'll leave this after, I think. Huh?
Word of advice. Word of advice.
Word of advice, turning 35, it gets easier.
Okay. Love that.
And save your money. Save your money when you're in your 20s. Actually, it's going to be funny because our next guest is the gambler who talks about like spending wildly, but save your money. Guys, thank you so much. We'll eat this after. Oh, we just went from a sad story to my birthday. I feel bad for Baklav. That's really cute, guys. Thank you.
No, of course, we have to celebrate the host of the show who keeps us informed every single day with the latest news.
Oh, thank you so much. A little bit flustered. It's 8:55.
Yeah. Okay.
So should we welcome our next guest?
Yes.
Guys, we're going to have Keanu, aka The Gambler. His motto is, if I want it, I buy it. We're going to learn what that means right after this very short break.
Stay tuned.
Welcome back to the Lovin Dubai show. Today's guest is Keanu, aka The Gambler Aduono, a figure in the world of high-stake investment with a bold, if I want it, I buy it approach. Keanu has made his mark across a range of industries. We're talking real estate to heavy machinery, here to teach us how we can hopefully adopt the same approach. Welcome to the show, Keanu. Thank you so much for
having me, guys.
being
I
here.
appreciate it.
And welcome to Dubai.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
You just got here.
Just got here.
How do you like it so far?
Absolutely amazing. It's stunning. You know, I'm at awe when I look at everything. I've never seen anything like it.
Is it like really drastically different than Canada?
Oh, like night and day. It's truly amazing.
Really? Because I imagine Canada, the cities, maybe Ontario, to have Toronto to have like a cool skyline like Dubai. Am I wrong?
For sure, we definitely have some, but I wouldn't compare it anywhere near this. Like, not even close. The skyscrapers you guys have here tower over what we have. You know, Toronto's beautiful, but I would not say it does not compare to Dubai.
Gotcha.
All right, so they call you the gambler. Can you tell us more about that?
Yeah, so kind of the gambler kind of thing came from just, I'm a risky guy as it is. Ever since I was younger, I've kind of been heavy into taking little gambles, and I live for adrenaline. And as my story went on, I started getting a little deeper and deeper with how I went with things. And before you know it, every time I would take a risk or I'd buy something, I just wanted to, how do I say it? I wanted to go beyond. I wanted to go where people wouldn't necessarily go. I wanted to do the things that people wouldn't do. And that's kind of where I found almost a niche market to where everybody gets out. That's typically when I'm just starting to get in. I want to get in when the people are starting to get really scared, and that's where I like thrive. That's where I engage, and that's where I become who I am, per se.
So interesting. Can you give us an example of a moment when people are getting scared that you've jumped right in?
Oh yeah, for sure. Like there's many times like that for me. Like quick one off the top of my head, let's just say I've had people where, you know, they're looking at, let's say a yacht that's been sunken on the bottom of the ocean, and when people look at that, it's a 200-foot yacht, and they're thinking, how am I going to buy a $10 million yacht, for instance? That how are we going to start with this? How are we going to get it out of the water? How are we going to do all these things? And I've bought that thing with sight unseen and just going for it and not looking back.
Love that. Jealous of that.
Yeah.
Jealous of that.
Taking risks like that, like, I mean, yeah. It has its perks. It has its perks, definitely. I mean, if you don't take the risk or you don't take the shot, you never know what could happen, right?
Absolutely.
Your motto is, if you want it, I'll buy it. Is that a literal phrase?
Literal. So if I don't want it, I'm not going to buy it. And if you do have me wanting it, chances are I'm going to buy it, and I'll do whatever it takes to get the deal done.
But like, talk to us from like a simple terms approach. We live in Dubai, the city of everything, luxury. There's Lamborghinis on the streets. I want it, but I can't buy it.
Yeah.
How did you get to the point that you're able to make these extravagant, or tell us about the purchases that you've made?
Oh, the list is very long. However, though, like from how I started, you know, the risk began so early where I used credit cards when I started when I was younger. I maxed out everything. I lived life on the edge. When I was 18 years old, I almost lost my house. I couldn't make payments, but no matter what, I just kept going for the risk. I kept going for it, and before you know, when I turned 20 years old, I bought my first Lamborghini, and I bought that sight unseen at an auction, same thing. And I just really quickly got engaged to it, and it was almost like having a taste, per se, like of business blood. I just didn't want to let go of it, and before you knew it, I was getting more interested in going bigger and bigger and bigger. And till this day, I try to make every business deal bigger and bigger, ideally.
Do you ever consider the losses before purchasing something this big?
You know what? I definitely do, for sure. But however, that is also, you know, kind of the game of who I am, right? If I don't do it, or if I'm not, you know, thinking about, you know, the risk, you know, it's not going to be fun for me. I like to know the low side as well, because there's also such a high upside to it, right? And even if I do crash on the way down, I promise, you know, typically the way it goes is I'll, you know, like an entrepreneur, when they do it, is to jump off a cliff and build an airplane on the way down, right? So if a deal does crash, I'll find my exit strategy for sure, always.
Can we be like real about this? Are these investments? Are you buying things that you like? You know what I mean? So like, are you buying, is it risky, but it's investment risk rather than just a life risk?
If I would say it's a little bit of both. Like, it definitely started and stemmed from my love. Like, so like my heavy passion when I was younger was collectible cars and exotics. Like, I always was into that stuff. I like doing repairs. I love learning different things. I like seeing the broken down sides and bringing it to something else. And then as it went on, you know, getting into, say, the bigger side where, you know, if I'm going to invest in, you know, say like a hotel project or construction projects and private equity, stuff like that, you know, there's definitely an investment side to it. But I would say for sure a lot of it's from the heart, 90% of it, if so.
What would you say is like the biggest or the most impressive like thing that you own right now? What makes people say, wow?
Oof. Well, the thing, that issue for me is like, it's not what I own right now, because typically within 24 to 48 hours, it's gone.
Oh.
Yeah.
It's not kept.
My model is I don't hang on to any serial numbers. If I do, I don't have enough money to recoup and go to the next deal. Right?
That's interesting.
So what brings you to Dubai?
The opportunities, the amazing city, the amazing people, of course, and I plan on setting up business here.
And what industries attracts you in Dubai right now? Where do you think there's a lot of money to be made?
Oh, as you see, the commercial real estate here is immense. It's getting so big, and along with the heavy equipment side, the construction side, when I see a building going up, immediately in my mind, I'm going, there's going to be a need for equipment right away, and I can be that guy. Also, with how luxurious of a town this is, private jets, mega yachts, all that stuff, that's where I bring the asset, right? And I plan on coming to all those.
Do you think buying and investing in Dubai's real estate is like considered a risk?
No, definitely not. If you see the infrastructure coming up here and how many people are making the switch to coming this way, if it's, in my theory anyways, it's a no-brainer. It's like, buying a stock. If people are trending that way, you go with it. It's sky rising, right? And it's the same thing. That's what Dubai has going on right now.
How do you stay at the top of your game? You mentioned commercial real estate, you mentioned yachts, you mentioned machinery equipment. How do you stay at the top of your game in terms of getting the best cost in each of these industries and then being able to also get a price when you're entering a new market? Is this the first time you've entered a new market?
No, I've entered new markets lots. Like as I keep venturing out, right now we're currently covering North America. I plan on coming to the Middle East then, and then in the next 3 years I plan on going global as a plan. Now as per like everything else, I would say for sure, it's kind of hard to say really.
It's a tough one.
Yeah, it is a tough one.
Like what's in your toolkit? Like in the Lovin Dubai toolkit, we have Twitter. Twitter is our toolkit.
Yeah.
And our audience interaction. So what's your toolkit?
Oh, my toolkit for sure that way is like, I have the buyers. I have the 1% in my back pocket. They trust me, they know that. If they're looking for something, it's not necessarily typically always the price, right? It's the service, it's the demand, and it's how fast I can turn it over. Whether they're looking to get out of it or they're looking to buy something, I come both ways and I can make it happen in a short period of time. And typically everything that I deal with is top of the line. So everything you get from me is posted by the gambler and it's 100% pure.
What's the biggest loss you've ever made?
Ooh, there's been some hefty ones for sure. I've been to a few auctions where I lost $1 million in 2 minutes.
Ooh, that's gotta hurt.
Oh, for sure, it stings at the end of the day, definitely. But that's part of the game.
So it started with credit cards.
It started with credit cards. Like that's how I borrowed capital to start doing things for sure. And I maxed out 4 of them. And then as soon as I started seeing $1, I do a cash advance again, and then I keep going, borrow cash advance, keep going, and then I got to a point where I could stand on my own feet. It takes a while because especially in Canada, I struggled with the banks being able to help you. So I stood on my own 2 feet for a long time. I'm 27 years old, and I haven't had much help that way. I'm self-made, and it's been a journey for sure, absolutely. But you know what? At the end of the day, if you can take that loss, turn it into a win, or even a learning lesson, like you're 10 steps ahead.
Tell us about your new venture, the venture.
What I got going on here?
Yeah.
Yeah, so pretty much our plan is here to set up in mainland. I plan on expanding also like throughout MENA. In the next probably 6 months, we're going to be getting a location here where we're going to be offering all my services, and I'll be accessible to all the 1% across. And we're planning on hitting the aviation market, the yachts, mega yachts, real estate, private equity, and also heavy equipment. So if you're looking for purchasing, renting, and also where we provide like rental services towards all new builds, that's where we come into play.
So like a lot of different industries at the same time.
All the how do I say it? All the big ticket ones. The ones that have the higher risk is usually the ones you're going to find me swimming in.
Because they have the most reward.
Definitely.
And why Dubai as your first outpost?
Ooh, that's honestly a very easy one. Dubai is one of the strongest economies that I've found anyways. Between all the connections you make here, I've been here for a couple of days and I've met some of the most amazing people, the most influential people, the strongest people I've probably will know for the rest of my life. And to meet that in such a short period of time speaks numbers, it speaks waves, and it's just only going to get bigger and better. And that's why I chose Dubai, because take a look outside the window.
Right.
You can't find that anywhere in the world.
Do you think it's like Dubai specifically is what's going to be like really worth the risk, or other places in the UAE?
For sure, yeah. Like I'm going to branch out for sure. Like there's going to be other places as well, but right now I plan on setting my heart with Dubai for sure, and slowly working my way out for sure.
It's definitely the land of opportunity, so...
Definitely, right? And as you see, it's a lot of these guys that build all these buildings, they were big risk takers too, right? So better surround yourself with people like that, because that's how you grow.
True. Have you ever heard of Emirates auction?
I have, yep.
Do you see, so one of the questions like, what unique opportunities have you discovered, but have you looked into Emirates auction? Is there value there?
Oh, for sure, there's definitely value there, absolutely. And once we get like the mainland set up here, I'll be heading there for sure.
Do you know Emirates Auction?
Yeah,
It's I only like looked at it for real estate like a couple of months ago, and then I compared the price on Beirut to what you got at Emirates Auction. I'm like, but you need to pay cash.
Yes.
It's the problem. So if anyone wants to,
So that's the thing with auctions, right? And I deal with them quite a bit for a lot of stuff, right? And you have to have cash for it all. It's either that or you can have like, borrowing power from the bank line of credit and stuff like that. But most of the time your advantage is if you have cash on those, you can get a lot of deals. That's how you can close quick on them.
Is there a specific industry that you think is like not worth the risk?
Good question. Definitely not the ones that I'm talking about for sure, because those ones I'm hitting hard. But like, I would say the smaller stuff, like, how would I say, like consumer products per se, like the smaller stuff, where people are looking for, let's say, Sea-Doos or jet skis or smaller boats and stuff like that. There's too much demand for, there's a lot of demand for it, but there's way too many people supplying it. So if you get too many people interested in over time, it's just gonna bring the price down, right? It's too many people. It's flooding the market per se, and that's where kind of I stay away from it, because I want to be in a niche market and I want to be in the one that I can dominate.
You're 27, you've built up a business, you're bringing it to the UAE, where we have, I believe, a nation of hustlers. We have a driven mindset.
Yep.
Before you leave us, can you let us know, is it an easy journey? And do you have advice for someone right now watching the show who thinks, if I can get the capital, I can follow you? Do you have advice for that person?
Yeah, for sure. You know what? The biggest thing I would say, regardless of how it works, is don't always follow the money. Like, you got to make sure your heart's in it, because everybody knows in business, it's per se, it's a gamble. And if your heart's not in it, and if you don't have the drive, and if you can't take that loss and keep moving forward, find what genuinely keeps you up at night, keeps that pit turning in your stomach. If you have all those things, you're halfway there. And the rest, just don't give up, no matter what it is. I can say that there's been days, when I was younger, where I wanted to give up. But if you don't, I promise you the world it's your oyster, and you can make the best of it. And I would definitely say that I'm definitely doing that now.
A brave man, Keanu, the gambler. Welcome to Dubai. We really appreciate your time this morning. Thank you so much for joining us on the show.
Thank you for having me, guys.
We definitely feel inspired now.
Absolutely. Thank you, Farah.
Thank you.
That brings us to the end of the show. And thank you, everyone, for my birthday cake and the video on the screen. It was really cute. That brings us to the end of the Lovin Dubai show this morning. We're back with you tomorrow morning, same time, same place. Bye-bye.
Bye.